Toyota's Tacoma is the most popular midsize truck on the market, and now it's out with an all-new generation. What's up, folks? I'm Dave Underkoffler, editor-in-chief of Autolist.com, back with another test drive. This week's victim is the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. This is the fourth generation of this popular truck, and now it's here to take on rivals like the Nissan Frontier, the recently updated Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon, plus there's a new Ford Ranger right around the corner. So to keep this truck competitive, Toyota has gone all out, giving it new styling on the outside, new tech on the inside, and a host of off-road goodies. So is all that going to be enough to keep this truck at the top of the heap? Let's go spend some time with one and find out. All right, let's do a walk around of the exterior of this new Tacoma. In terms of dimensions, wheelbase is about 4 inches longer than before. Overall length is about the same. So pretty much the same size truck, just the wheels have been pushed into the corners. We are testing a TRD off-road right here. And then it has the premium package. So it's got some goodies that will not be standard. But overall, pretty cool styling, looks good. Definitely in line with the rest of Toyota's truck lineup, the Sequoia and the Tundra. Got some LED fog lamps right there. And move around the side, check out the wheels. One thing to note, this plastic will not look like this in the production model. This is a pre-production model, so this has a little bit more of a gloss to it. So just know that if you are going to buy one of these, it will look a little different there. Move around to the side here. The bed is now 7% larger in terms of volume. Goes a little bit deeper. There you go. And because we've got the premium package on our TRD off-road, we've got some goodies. One of those is a power tailgate. Tailgate's aluminum now too. So that opens and closes at the touch of a button. Got some other goodies here. Power outlet. Little cubby there with some USB outlets. And then to close this again, we'll hit that. Closes back up. Another big change for this generation is the rear suspension. So base models, the SR, SR5, and pre-runner will still have a leaf spring setup, but everything else now gets coil springs back here. It's kind of hard to see right now, but they're there. Definitely improves the ride quality. We'll get into that a little bit later in our driving impressions, but that is a bigger change for this generation. So there's the exterior. What do you guys think? There is a new Chevy Colorado and a new GMC Canyon out. Do you like the design of this new Tacoma more, or are you feeling the Chevy? Let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but overall, definitely pretty good changes that they've made to this generation. All right, let's take a look at what's under the hood. All new Tacomas have the same 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. How much power it has depends on which trim you choose. The base SR gets 228 horsepower. What we've got here is on the mid and upper grade trims. This is 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. Now, one thing to note, that 278 horsepower is the exact same horsepower as the previous generation V6, so you're getting the same power with better fuel efficiency. This is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission and either 4-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. If that's not enough horsepower, you can bump up to the iForce Max Hybrid. That uses this same turbo engine plus an electric motor for 326 total horsepower. All right, now to the interior of this new Tacoma. We are in a TRD off-road, so everything you see here is about $43,000 before options and before destination. Pretty good price, and this is pretty much all you would need in this truck. I really like what Toyota has done largely with this interior. A couple of screens you're looking at, 12.3-inch digital display there. Base models will have a 7-inch display there. And over here, a massive 14-inch display. Again, base models get an 8-inch setup here. This has wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. We'll show you CarPlay. It's a little bit buggy. We are in a pre-production model, so it has been working, but it is a little slow. But generally, you get the gist if you're familiar with CarPlay. I do wish there was a menu of buttons somewhere on this screen so you could be using CarPlay and then get back to the rest of the features pretty easily. Instead, you've got to hit that button and then it takes you here. I wish these were sort of anchored. But otherwise, great screen, really bright. I like that. Down below, this is sort of a rotary knob that handles all sorts of functions for the truck. So you've got 4 low, 4 high, and the 2 high. You just push this. There's a button over here. Push that. It's not going to like me putting it in 4 low because we're not in neutral. But that's how you would control that. And then you also have different drive modes. You would just turn this knob to adjust the different drive modes: normal, sport, and eco. And then other off-road features, you just push that and then it will adapt to your driving conditions. So pretty easy to use. It's nice and elegant in that everything is set up here. So there's not sort of buttons or dials everywhere. It's all handled right here. I do like that. Otherwise, very clean, comfortable, functional cabin. These are great seats. They're not leather in this tester, but really nice side bolstering. I like the two-tone look. They feel like they're gonna wear really well, right? This is a truck. This is gonna get a lot of abuse, you would think. And then, yeah, lots of just storage cubbies everywhere. In the door, you've got cup holders there. You have wireless smartphone charging down here. One thing you're noticing maybe is this plastic. Again, we're in a pre-production model. Production models will not look like this. This will have a grain to it. It'll look better. But generally, yeah, this is the interior. Pretty nice place to spend some time. All right, so now I hopped in a base model of the new Tacoma. A lot of times in videos, you just see sort of the fully loaded version with all the screens and all the tech, and not everyone's gonna buy that. So quick look at the interior of what a more basic version looks like. This is the smaller screen I was talking about, 7-inch screen there, and then you've got an 8-inch display here. This also has wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, so that is nice. Even on the most basic version, you get that functionality. That's pretty cool. And I'll just show you sort of the rest of the interior here. Comfortable, functional, nice seats. So yeah, even on the base model, I am impressed with what Toyota is doing in this new Tacoma. All right, here's a look at the rear seat space. Overall, the interior dimensions of this generation Tacoma are about the same as the previous generation. You do get about 1 inch more legroom. So that's nice, nothing wrong with a little more legroom. Still, it's a mid-sized truck, right? This is gonna be certainly smaller than an F-150 or Chevy Silverado or Toyota's own Tundra. A couple of nice features. These seats fold up, a little bit of storage area down below. If you need them to, they will also fold down. You've got your toolkit and jack back there. Let's see how they fit. So if you've seen our videos before, you know the drill. I'm 6'1". I put the front seat to where I would have it if I were sitting up there. And so basically I'm sitting behind myself. It is a little snug at my feet, but otherwise pretty spacious. Like I could spend some time back here. Doesn't quite feel like a penalty box that some mid-sized trucks can. Seats are very comfortable back here too. So that's nice. And then you've got a pair of USB-C charge ports. But yeah, overall, pretty comfortable. And just the right amount of space for a mid-sized truck. All right, let's go drive it. All right, next up, driving impressions. I gotta say, I really like what Toyota has done here. Same amount of horsepower from this turbocharged 4-cylinder as the outgoing V6, and now you've got an 8-speed automatic transmission. They work really well together. Toyota has gotten really good at tuning its turbos. Say that 5 times fast. Toyota tunes turbos. I noticed it in the Tundra and then in this truck as well. There's not a lot of turbo lag. The power delivery is immediate. It feels really good. So I like that. The 8-speed automatic transmission stays out of the way. The shifts are really well timed. Again, so I like that. My father-in-law has the previous generation of the Tacoma, and I borrow it all the time. And I gotta say, that at times, even though it had the same amount of horsepower as this new version, that one did feel underpowered. I'd always hit that ECT power button to kind of give you the full grunt. You really don't need to here. This feels like it's got the power you're going to need and you're going to want pretty much in all situations. One other big change that Toyota made to this generation of Tacoma is a change from leaf springs out back to coil springs, and that's on the mid to higher grade trims. And I gotta say, initially when I got in the truck this morning, I didn't notice that much of a difference. As I mentioned, I have spent some time in my father-in-law's previous generation and got in this, and it didn't seem all that different. But now, throughout the days, I've spent more time on the road and off-road. I do really appreciate the difference it makes. It gives the truck sort of a more neutral, kind of normal feel that anyone who's driven an SUV or car is going to appreciate. It makes this truck very much a daily driver. So I like that upgrade to the comfort of this Tacoma. It's really been great. As for the rest of the driving experience, it feels pretty good. This is something, like I said, you could drive every day and be perfectly comfortable. It feels like a truck, but a comfortable one. It's got a lot of space. The seats are really nicely bolstered. It's quiet inside. The steering and the brakes, a little numb and a little mushy, but it feels like previous generation Tacomas. So if you've driven any of those, none of this is going to feel out of character. Overall, I do like the driving experience that this new generation offers. All right, folks, there you have it. Our first look at the all-new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this truck. Yes, there's a lot of new competition out there in the form of the Ford Ranger, Chevy Colorado, and GMC Canyon. But this truck absolutely holds its own. It's got great styling on the outside, great tech on the inside, and great on and off-road driving chops. So if you're shopping for a midsize truck, this should definitely be on your list. So for reviews or listings of this Tacoma or anything else you're shopping for, new or used, be sure to check out Autolist.com. Before you go, like and subscribe to this channel so you can get alerts on all of our future updates. We'll see you out there.